stories about starting basketball at age 4 and shooting in the driveway and mom and dad retrieving it. Gave me some, you know what? We love ball, man. We love those kind of stories. And you know what? I brought it for them. I wanted to make sure it was done with some flair and what they deserve for senior night. It's the last time they're going to play at their home gym.
Well, I love being able to talk to you, obviously, right? And then being able to figure out all the things that you're doing. So what's going on in Silver City this coming Thursday?
Got Western New Mexico's got they're 19-5 on the threshold of 20 wins, which they haven't won 20 games in a long time. But we've got some tough games to finish the season. St. Edward's on Thursday and then St. Mary's on Saturday, both ranked teams previously in the preseason. Then they finish up with Lubbock Christian. But they stack wins. I think they're in a good position. They should make the conference tournament, which they haven't done in a long time. I'm talking about the men's team. So they're in good shape, man. I'm looking forward to it. A little nervous about these games, but our team, I'm the voice out there, so I say we. They've got 10 road wins. Yeah, they've got 10 road wins, which is impressive. And the only thing I'm a little nervous about is, it's not for me to be nervous about. I'm not the AD, but if Coach Bunker gets 20 wins into the conference tournament, they may be looking for a new coach next year. We'll see.
Oh, wow, that sucks.
We'll see.
Yeah, he's been there for a while, right?
Been there 3 years. It's his third. It struggled his first 2 years. A lot of injuries last year. And this year he hit it on some guys that hadn't played in a couple years. They played really well. So, I'm looking forward to being down there this weekend for those games, key games.
Yeah, that's going to be cool because key games from the standpoint because of the playoffs and all that, because it's winding down. These last couple games are going to determine where –
They should be in, but I'm talking to Coach Bunker. They don't want to back into that tournament. You don't want to back into the conference tournament. You want to be playing your best ball at the end of the season. So, I think we're okay as far as we'd have to have a total collapse not to make the tournament, but you want to be playing your best basketball.
Where are they looking at seeding wise?
Right now we're third in the conference.
Okay.
8 teams make the tournament. And like I said, barring a total collapse, we should be in.
Okay, cool. Yeah, always being able to get up here for the state championship is always legit, especially. I mean, they've been. How many times have they been in the last, have they won a championship here recently?
They're Western New Mexico. No, they play in the Lone Star Conference. The conference tournament is in Frisco, Texas.
Okay.
And they haven't been to the tournament. I've been the voice there 6 years, and we've never made it when I was there. Been a long time.
Oh, you're teaching me. I'm just trying to bring awareness to myself.
No, that's okay. It's a Lone Star,
obviously the people that don't know. You know
D2. But I'm telling you, you know as well as I do, Division II basketball is still pretty dang tough, man.
Oh, yeah.
There's some good players.
I coached. I don't know if you know this, but I coached at, I wasn't D2. It was a junior college. But American River College in Sacramento.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
It was a junior college. It was my first 2 years, I would say, maybe about 5 years ago, 6 years ago, I did it for 2 years. And then that's when TV came maybe a year later when I was on NBC Sports. But, yeah, I coached at a junior college.
Yeah, you know how tough junior college is. And
yeah, man, yeah. For free, I coached.
Yeah.
For free, which was pretty legit. I think it was just a matter of the experience, right? And I don't necessarily see myself coaching like that unless it was at UNM. This is the only place that I would ever coach, just to let you know, on a mainstream platform. But yeah, it's one of those things to be able to be a part of something that was different from a different element, from being a player to being a coach, and you refereed. It's a totally different element, right?
I'll tell you one thing. When I was a player and coach, I was probably one of the worst there was on officials. I'd say some things like you said you did.
Oh, I
got tossed out of a couple games, but I remember when I became an official, I had to say, hey, look, you're not a player. You're not a coach anymore. It's totally different. Took me a while. Hold the whistle, protect the shooter, look off of the ball. All those things took a while to train myself. Be patient, a patient whistle. Don't see the play at the beginning, middle, and end. All these things that I had to learn. I'm not saying, of course, I missed calls like any other official.
Oh, we all do, right?
But I tried to make sure I never threw out a player in 22 years or a coach in 22 years. And believe me, there was a couple that I should have. I look back and we laugh. But all those coaches that I dealt with, we're all friends. They don't come up to me and saying, "Oh, you cost me a championship." we're all still good friends, man.
Yo, so let's throw this out there now, and we'll do it a couple more times throughout the show, and whenever you remind me, since it's on my mind now. There's a golf tournament that's going down April 13th.
Highland Alumni Golf Tournament, April 13th. It's the Bill Gentry Memorial. Bill Gentry, a legendary football coach at Highland for years.
Yeah.
Ran the double wing. Coach Gentry was there. I was a hooper. I didn't play football, but he's not the guy you just went up to and said, "How you doing, Coach?" He wasn't that guy. He's a great guy. Don't get me wrong, but he had that presence about him, that aura. So this is our, I think, our 5th annual Highland, and we raise money for. I'm on the Highland Alumni Association. We raise money for the school. We do a lot of great things, not just for sports. Culinary's asked us for assistance, and Highland it's not the same school it was when I was there. That doesn't mean I don't love it just as much. I do. I'm still in the district. Highland has changed. The boundaries, the kids that go there have changed. That's okay, man. Those are the ones I want to help out even more. That's why I go on tonight to do Highland versus Valencia boys basketball, along with former Cibola head coach Ray Rodriguez, who coached at Highland for 7 years. It means a lot to both of us because back in the day when there wasn't a gym to be played at, we'd break into Highland on Sunday with one of those windows, climb in, hoop for a couple hours, and leave. So Highland means a whole lot to me, man.
Man, that's cool because, you got to give support because I have some friends that actually went to Highlands when I was at Albuquerque High, the Jason and the Carpenters, right?
And them brothers were tough, man.
Oh, yeah.
They were really good ball players.
We played AAU ball together. So, yeah. And they have their own business right now or something like that, right?
One of them, their son plays, I'm not sure which one it is, their son plays quarterback for St. Pius, Isaiah Carpenter, I believe. I can't remember his first name, but he's a quarterback and plays on the basketball team.
Okay, cool. That's cool.
Very good player.
Kaylina, this first segment, what's up? You got anything else you want to share before we dip out of here and bring in Clayton Shields, my old teammate? He's coming on, you guys.
Oh, I'm always excited to talk to Clayton. I don't have anything to add.
Nothing at all? Anything happened this weekend?
Well, okay, not this weekend, but I did technically come out of my performance hiatus, and someone asked me to come perform at Thirsty's Brewing on Thursday.
See? That's something.
That's what I got going on.
Oh, okay. So it's coming up this Thursday.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
It's sneaking up
I'm
on
going
me.
to ask you about that. You need to remember to bring it up to me. I might forget.
I'll let you know how it goes. It's been a while.
Hey, you guys are listening to Unfiltered with Kenny Thomas. I got Clayton Shields coming in, you guys. I got Ed Nunez in here with me today. And I got Eric Strauss coming in here at 5 o'clock. So after this break, I'm going to bring in Clayton Shields, see which his show, I will tell you what the name is when we get back. You're listening to Unfiltered with Kenny Thomas on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. I got Kaylina producing for me today, and I got Clayton Shields coming in here at some point. I don't know what's going on. We'll bring him in when he gets on StreamYard. I got Ed Nunez from the Pit Press here with me today as well. Hey, you guys, this is a moment I got to address. We lost the Reverend Jesse L. Jackson Sr. It went live today. I saw it this morning. He's one of the guys that paved the way from so many different perspectives, civil rights, voting drives, speeches. Chicago-born Baptist minister, close aide to Dr. Martin Luther King in the late 60s. Founded Operation Push in 1971 and later Robin/Push Coalition advocating voting rights, economic justice, and racial equality. Historic presidential runs in 1984 and 1988, broadened to Democratic coalition, noted for international hostage meditation and Democratic voting registration drives. Yo, it's one of those ones to where I think he was 85, 86.
84. I think it was 84.
I have to give the acknowledgement out there because there were so many different things to where he set the path and the way for so many different minorities, and I'm not just talking black people. It's one of those where when it came to civil rights, he was the leader of that and supported that, and one of the big founders when it came to pushing that. And I have to acknowledge the man because it's one of those things to where how do you not acknowledge somebody that has done so much for this community? And now it's one of those ones to where we've lost somebody else, and these things do happen, but he's one of those. What do you got on the
huge? You know, he was a big civil rights advocate. He was there with Dr. King when Dr. King got shot at the hotel, the Lorraine Hotel in Memphis in April 4th. 1968. He was there. And so, the Reverend Jesse Jackson, you mentioned, pushed a lot of civil rights causes, tried to take the torch when Dr. King passed away, him and Ralph Abernathy. And there's no knock on the Reverend Jackson. That leadership that Dr. King had was just amazing. So, but he did make some serious runs in 84 and 88 for president. Cried when he saw Barack Obama get elected that night. I remember election night, and he was actually, they showed him in 2008. He was actually crying. So he helped, you mentioned, black people and a lot of people of color and their causes. He really did. So a great long life lived for the Reverend Jesse Jackson, no doubt.
Well, is that Clayton, Kaylina? I think that is. So I think here in a second we're going to bring in Clayton Shields. But, yeah, man, there's a lot of different things that obviously he brought to the table. Yeah. Yo, man. You got anything else you want to share from that perspective before we bring in Clayton, Ed, or are we good?
You know what? Just
saying.
He'd been ill.
Because I want to get Clayton's perspective. Sorry.
Yeah, he'd been ill for a while. So, what a life lived. And you mentioned the causes he championed and the people he helped. He'll never be forgotten. Not ever.
Let me bring in Clayton Shields. What's up, C? What's going on, man?
Hey, how's it going, KT?
Man,
hey,
I'm good.
How y'all doing
There
Clayton, good to talk to you, brother.
We
Always,
got
yes, sir.
we got him on StreamYard. Hey, Clayton, you want to lower your camera a little bit, maybe?
Okay, let me give me a second here. Let me
We want to see Clayton very well when this makes it to YouTube.
Exactly, that's the whole point. Yo, and
okay,
Kaylina,
I'm turning off the camera for like 15 seconds.
Okay, you're all
right.
good. But hey, Clayton, you can still hear me, right?
Yeah, I can still hear you.
So, hey, I wanted your comments before we moved on. The Reverend Jesse L. Jackson, right, Senior, passed away. I just gave an acknowledgement. I didn't know if you wanted to add anything to that before we moved on.
Yeah, I think most people recognize Jesse Jackson as a pioneer in his stance for equality and justice for everyone. Jesse Jackson's campaign, and there I am, hopefully that's a little bit better. Jesse Jackson's campaign was geared towards just everyone having the same equal rights. And I think we can all agree, most decent people agree and believe in that. His timing was mostly when I was younger, the late 80s, early 90s. So, I mean, if I'm being honest, I know who Jesse Jackson is and some of the things that he did. But, I wasn't much in that political realm at that time. I was, visiting the parks and playing basketball and doing things that kids do. But understanding now as an older person what he meant, and we can all respect what he did and what he meant for society.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. Yo, Clayton, I got Ed Nunez in here with me from the Pit Press. I think you were on the Pit Press not too long ago, right?
He was. Global Legend
right?
Series. Global Legend Series.
Just to let you know, who we got up in here. And we got your girl, Kaylina, obviously, that answered.
Yep.
What did he call? What would you call her last time? What's her nickname? Let's tell her.
She heard Peggy Sue. But I'm putting the fifth on everything else. That's what she heard that somewhere.
You know what's funny is that somebody called in who's actually named Peggy Sue earlier today on another show, and I was genuinely like, someone's messing with me. Just kidding. I thought it was really cool though. That was her name. I was like, wow, Peggy Sue's an awesome name.
That's funny.
As someone who was
I'm
recently
sure
acquired
Peggy Sue
it.
out there in the world.
There you go.
Wow, that's cool. Yeah. Hey, I just saw something across the clicker, man. This is about Tyreek Hill. Obviously, we might as well address it right now because we got a couple more minutes before we go to break. But obviously, he got $54 million guaranteed in 2026, $99 million in dead money if released. Obviously, there's multiple teams out there that's talking about him. You got the Patriots and you even got Kansas City. Him going back to Kansas City, obviously, right? But what do you guys feel about that whole situation when it comes to, my bad, not Tyreek Hill. I'm talking about Tua Toa. My bad. Not Tyreek Hill, Tua Toa. How do you guys feel about that with all that money that he has right now that's out there?
You know,
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
With Tua,
Excuse me.
Tango, I didn't hear
said Tyreek Hill.
that news on him. I heard about.
Just saw it.
Okay, just came
I
across.
just saw it.
Yeah, you got me. Okay, you got me. You got me. I think with Tua Tagovailoa, if you look at it, a couple of years ago they said, "Hey, he should retire." All these concussions, right?
Yeah.
And then they bench him, and they bench him. With 3 games left, Mike McDaniel, who's since been fired by the Dolphins, they bench him, and so people said, "Hey, man, he's on his way out." And so, yeah. It's not easy finding a starting quarterback in the NFL. That's why I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan, a long-suffering one. But people are like, "Oh, we need to get rid of Dak." Dak is a solid quarterback. I don't get that kind of thinking. If you look at how long Denver went to try to get or got Bo Nix, they went through several quarterbacks. So with Tua Tagovailoa, the Dolphins invested a lot, didn't get much, playoff wins in return. And the guy, gosh, poor guy. I hope he's okay. In the future, he took a lot of hits to the head, man. He did.
It has to come down to where do you retire? But this is his craft.
No. He's going to go. He's going to. It didn't stop him, right? The last time he took a major hit and was kind of shivering, rocking on the field, and people were like, "You need to retire," right? Yeah. And he didn't. So he'll go look for another team, and somebody will pick him up and try to sign him. But for Miami, then they also released Tyreek Hill today.
Oh yeah.
So Hill and a combination they thought was going to bring him some playoff win. If you thought about it, you got the cheetah, one of the fastest receivers ever in the NFL, and you got Tua Tagovailoa, who at that time was healthy, and it just didn't work out, man. And now you got a lot of dead money. So what do?
That's a lot of dead money. What you got, Clayton?
Lots of dead money. That's always a risk, and that's Ed, you guys have watched sports, been around sports your entire life. What Tua did in college, and that's usually what happens when you do the things that he did in college, and then you're drafted, you're a high draft pick, and you come into an organization, and they feel like you're going to be the man, you're going to be the quarterback. And you are that until you aren't. And Tua came into the league, and there was high expectations for him. He did fairly well, but like Ed mentioned, the concussions and things that really slowed it down. They paid him a lot of money based on his potential and what they believed he would be. It just did not work out for him. They had to make a move at this point. They're pretty much having to restart because you put all that money into Tua and bringing Tyreek Hill and trying to make a competitive team. It didn't work out, and so now you have to cut your losses and go on to the next team. So with Tua, yeah, he'll be looking for a new team, and I'm not even sure that, Tua goes back in the league and is immediately considered a starter. I mean, he's played, been very average the last few years, so I don't know where his considerations would be even with a new team. As far as Tyreek Hill goes, Kenny mentioned Kansas City, and I think you were probably talking about Tyreek Hill when you said that.
Yeah, I combined them right away. Yeah, I screwed that up. Yeah, I think he would obviously fit in right back in with Kansas City. With the season that they had this year being a very down year for them, I think Tyreek Hill, along with those other speedsters that they already have, really makes them very, very dangerous going into the 2026 season. Yeah, I totally agree.
If that's the case.
Yeah, I mean, you still got Travis Kelce that's out there as free agent too, and nobody knows if he's going to retire. He's one of the top 10 tight ends
of all time. Yeah, and I think the talk that I'm hearing from him, I think he's going to retire, but you never know. They may talk him back in one more year.
Publicity stuff.
Yeah.
Well, you think about.
Go ahead, bro.
I was going to say Kelce. You remember Tony Gonzalez?
Yep.
The Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh, yeah.
And the kind of tight end he was. I mean, he was just the top-tier tight end, and Kelce came in and has broken all his records. So that says a lot about that connection with Mahomes and Kelce and what he's done with Kansas City. I don't know, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I just threw that in there for the last couple of minutes, you guys. But when we come back from this break, we're going to break into some All-Star Weekend. We're going to kick off with the dunk contest. But if you want to chime in about what's going on with Miami and Tua and Tyreek Hill, you can call 505-246-0610, or you can text me. We'll be right back. You listen to Unfiltered with Kenny Thomas on 95.9 FM and AM 610 The Sports Animal. You listen to Unfiltered with Kenny Thomas on 95.9 FM and AM 610 The Sports Animal. You can call or text 505-246-0610. I got Kaylina in here producing with me today. I got my teammate, my boy, Clayton Shields on, and I got Ed Nunez in here from the Pit Press. This is the segment. Whenever Clayton's on, it's bro time with Clayton Shields. Yo, you guys, we got a few minutes before we go to break and start the top of the hour, but the USA Stars versus USA Stripes versus World. This all-star game, I felt it was amazing. You had the young USA team playing against the variety of the older USA team, which is the Stripes, and then the World. Each team, you played each team one time, and whoever won advanced. It was 12-minute periods. I thought it was cool, but it was 4-minute periods of 12 minutes to where the fourth game was the championship game. I love the format. They played hard. What do you got on it, Ed?
I thought the total was set by Victor Wembanyama. They said that in the paper the next day. That brother wanted to win, man. He did. He got mad that they left the three-pointer open. He said in the paper the next day, I wanted to set the tone. I wanted to be competitive. He's going to be the face of the NBA for a very, very long time, man. A long time. And some of the shots I saw him make, I texted you, I said,
Yeah.
He's not even breaking no sweats.
Yeah.
The block against the board. And you saw real emotion when they lost. He's mad.
Yeah.
So I think that's good because at least people are saying the past NBA All-Star games that I saw, I told you, I turned them off. I don't like people saying, go ahead, you dunk now. Now it's your turn. I can't stand that. I won't watch that.
Totally agree. The passion was there. I loved it.
Yeah.
What you got on it, C?
You know, it was weird. It was weird. Obviously, this new format, first time seeing it was weird. I honestly, I think it's too many all-stars.
Okay.
It's almost like, it's too many people that are being called all-stars in this. So how hard is it now to earn that title of being an all-star? With the world and all this stuff. And maybe I'm just a little bit old school. I think that if the NBA has some incentive, I go to Major League Baseball, whoever wins the MLB All-Star game, they have home field advantage in the World Series.
Oh, wow.
So National League or American League, right? Some kind of incentive like that. Maybe force them to play a little bit harder, have a little bit more of an impact with the game if they would just go back to you make the All-Star team because you are voted as an All-Star no matter where you're from. Again, I know it's an old school format. It hadn't been working for the past few years. They were just trying to try to bring in something new and be creative, and I can appreciate that. But to me, it was just weird. Not taken away from it. It was competitive. That was one thing that they were playing defense. Anthony Edwards was, he's a competitive guy anyway, but he really brought a lot of competitiveness to it along with Wembanyama. So it was competitive, but just weird.
Well, after this, go ahead. After this break, I actually want to continue that conversation because I want to get some insight on what you think is so weird about it because I don't necessarily think I agree with that aspect of it. And I'm pretty sure, Ed, I know you don't agree either. Did you think it was weird?
That's probably not the word that came to my mind, but I think
whatever.
What Clayton is saying is, they're watering down some. I get what you're saying, Clayton, on that. I do. I understand that part. But I was just looking for okay, let's play defense, try. Don't act like okay, we're gonna lob it up. You go ahead and dunk. It's your turn. No, I can't stand that. So
I
at least
feel
you
like
saw
they
some
tried,
competitiveness.
though.
They did.
I feel like they tried.
Yeah, they did.
So I was just trying to figure out what was so weird. I want to continue this actually. And Eric Strauss just came in here as well.
Clayton.
I really want to continue this conversation because I want to understand the aspect of where you guys are coming from, just to get an understanding. I just love the different format is where I'm coming from, but that's just me. You're listening to Unfiltered with Kenny Thomas on 95.9 FM and AM 610 The Sports Animal.
Non-competitive nature of the All-Star game. People, just like Ed said, they're going to let you dunk and do all this stuff. So all that stuff has been in recent years. So they're like, okay, what can we do to change the format and make it more competitive? Which they did. It was more competitive. It was just so different. This year there's 25 All-Stars. Usually there's 24 people who are voted to be All-Stars and All-Star reserves. And then that traditionally has been what the All-Star game is. My whole thing is I did like the traditional All-Star game when it was competitive and people were trying to win. If there was some incentive for them to get back to that, I think that would be the best way to have the All-Star game.
Okay, so
what they did this year, it's just new. Yeah.
Yeah, so right now they try to incorporate the pool prize is $1.8 million, you guys. The winning team will receive $125,000. Second is $50,000. And the runner-ups is for third place is $25,000. Is that enough?
No.
to entice guys, like that's the key. What do you got, Eric?
No, that's not enough, number one. I just thought it was, I'm with Clayton. It's like just weird. USA versus the world. Like, just weird. It's, to me, that doesn't say all-star game. That's a marketing ploy. All-star game should be, the focus should be on basketball, not on USA versus a bunch of Euros, and again, I'm going to go back to that. Have the Europeans pass the Americans in terms of basketball skill?
Yeah. What you got, Ed?
Legitimate question, but I think that's why it wasn't so weird to me, because there's your question. Okay, well, here's the Eurostars against the Americans. So to me, it wasn't that weird.
But that's not like an all-star game. That's more like rivalry, marketing. To me, it doesn't highlight what the focus should be on is good basketball.
Well,
but that's why it's weird for me.
Well, when it comes to, I totally get it, but when it comes to marketing, when it comes to ratings as well, these are things that the NBA and Adam Silver needs to spike, and they need to figure it out. I just love the fact that the energy was there, and I think, like you said, Ed, the young fellow Wemby, he came out and he set the tone, and I think everybody kind of fed off of that. So if that type of thing kind of continues to happen, I don't think I really have a problem with it.
No, Clayton, you're right though. The best All-Star games, and this goes back when Jabbar and Chamberlain, Elvin Hayes, Havlicek, East West. Those were the best ones, man. Yeah, Clayton, you're absolutely right about that. But it's got to be competitive.
When
Can't be
Jordan
like,
was
the pro
winning
game.
the MVPs in the All-Star game, he won those MVPs. Like, you were like, that was a legitimate basketball game, and it was fun to watch. I don't know. I don't remember a good All-Star game since the one I've watched with Jordan. But anybody else? Was there a Kobe one maybe?
Yeah, I don't understand why that is. Why the All-Star game went down? Is it just a sign of
money?
The players in the league now are just not as competitive? I don't want to say that because a lot of those guys are competitive, but those guys. They played those former competitive All-Star games. They were so competitive that they wanted to win the All-Star game. They wanted to win everything. And so, there was none of the silliness and laughter and kind of joking around during the game like there is in the previous years recently in the All-Star game. So, I don't know. I just think they just need to just get that competitive nature back. I agree with Kenny that he wants to see it competitive. I think all of us want to see it be competitive. Changing the format, did that help that? I don't know.
That's fair.
Wemby, like you said, Wemby set the tone.
That's fair.
Maybe he does that in the normal All-Star game as well.
I think one of the things that you're talking about as far as non-competitive, I think they're afraid of risking injury. The way I look at it, because they don't want to exert themselves because there has been, in fairness, I don't know that anybody's ever got hurt in an All-Star game, but I think a lot of them are afraid. There's been a lot of Achilles tears. But my thing back in the day was I used to watch that because it's best on best. Your pride's on the line. They're going to play hard, man. And then now it's like, hey, man, go ahead, lob it up. You lob it up. And maybe they play hard in the fourth quarter.
Is it just we're at a point now where there's so much money, they're so privileged, the players run the league. Let's be honest about that. The players run the league. Can you say that about the NFL? It's getting there a little bit, right? But in the NBA in particular, because there's so few positions, right? The players run the league. Giannis can, say, I'm declaring myself out for 2 weeks. Like, what player can declare yourself out before you even had a medical evaluation? Is it just that they're so privileged that it's unwatchable? I don't know.
Well, I think it comes down to the point to where I agree with you to a certain extent because there is 14, 15 guys on the roster, right?
Yeah.
And then you have the salary cap that's $150 million. And it's not, the players are in control, but the players are not necessarily in control. What you're finding out or seeing is the players that's that 1 to 2%, the LeBron Jameses, the Steph Currys of the world, the Jason Tatums, those guys are the ones that have the power and the control. Yep. When it comes down to moving and shaking, I'm telling you right now, these owners are more involved more than you think, and they are making more decisions than you think. But when you have an owner that takes a step back and allows their GM and allows their crew to do what they're supposed to, I feel like that would be a very well-ran machine when you take the ownership out of it. But that's just me. And we could talk about Jerry Jones. We could talk about Other owners that are involved, Mark Cuban, that's trying to come back to the Dallas Mavericks right now just to get back involved again because he misses it, and he's that guy, right? But he's bringing another group. I feel like this is a player-dominant league to a certain extent, but ownership is always going to control. The owners have insurance on each individual, if you think about it, right? Like you're a commodity, period.
Yeah, but to me, what owners stick out in your mind? The L.A. Clippers one, right? Who built the wall?
The Apple guy. That's what's the
that guy?
Steve Ballmer.
There we go.
That guy sticks out. Ballmer sticks out in my mind, and Cuban. Why can't I think of any other owners? You see what I'm saying?
Cuban's not even with the Mavericks right now, so but, James Dolan with the New York Knicks.
Dolan.
But I'm trying to think of some other ones.
I mean, if you think about it, you even got Usher that's with the Cavs, right? You got Serena Williams, the sisters that have ownership. But these are minority ownerships from perspectives, right? But Clayton, how do you feel about that from the perspective of the player ownership? The players are the ones that are in control outside of the owners. Before we take this break.
I think the NBA Players Association, have really negotiated obviously on behalf of the players and some of the agreements have allowed the players to have a lot more say, a lot more take in what they do. The ownership, like I'm sitting there, we're talking about Ballmer and Cuban being a minority owner, and the Houston owner, Fertitti. I mean, there's not a whole lot that you can't think of right off top. And then maybe they are working behind the scenes intentionally, so that they're not, the face of making decisions in the franchise.
Yeah.
But the players are very, seem to be very relaxed in their take and how they approach things now. And it is a little bit different now with players taking now the discussion is tanking or players sitting out.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things that the players decide. Hey, I'm not going to play today. I'm not going to play when LeBron does it. I mean, I know he's almost 50, but players are able to make those decisions now, and that's just a lot different than
totally.
Previous NBA.
But juxtapose the NBA to the NFL. Like you can think of a lot of owners in the NFL, like Jerry Jones, the Crafts of the world, the Rooneys, right? Yeah. The NFL owners pop out in your mind, and in the NBA, I can think of two. So, just in my perspective, it feels like a player-run league.
No, I wouldn't doubt some of that. That's true. But you know what? I think one of the things that Kenny said, and I think Clayton alluded to it, the owners still control a lot. They do. And you mentioned your situation in Sacramento, and there was no other situation that spoke to what we just said than that one.
Oh, I didn't play my last 2 years.
Yeah. So
I made like 21, 22 million my last 3 years at the bench. I felt bad because the Maloofs were from here. And I used to hang around with them all the time and like engage with them. And then they said, hey, it's out of our control.
Yeah,
but then they're like, give money back. I'm like, screw you, I ain't giving no money back. What I look like? The way you guys would just sat me and I don't know if I'm going to get another contract, which I didn't, I'm giving no money back.
No.
Gave it to my ex. Gave it to my ex-wife, but ain't giving you no money back. You know what I'm saying? Just saying.
No way.
I'll fault you on the ex-wife one.
All right.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Married 26 years. Divorce is way too expensive.
Yo, there's a text right here. U.S. versus the world is for the Olympics.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yep.
Here's another one. Hold Coach Popovich accountable. He was the one who started the load management for his players, got Spurs numerous rings, right or wrong. I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one.
When I think of load management, I don't think of him. I think of LeBron, and it's not fair because there's other dudes doing it besides him. But when I think of it, it's not fair.
I don't know about that one.
I know, some of us in here aren't big LeBron fans. I'm not either.
I'm not.
The guy's a magnificent player.
You're a Lakers fan, though.
No, I know. But that doesn't mean I'm his biggest fan. That doesn't mean that. But, again, there's times when he's done things, and I'm like, man, wow, look at that. Yeah. So I'm a basketball fan. Gotcha. So I can't sit there and say that guy's not great. He is.
What you got, Clayton, before this break, bro? We already know you don't like him.
Yeah. Well, I raised my hand.
Well, I'm gonna go back to owners because get into a LeBron conversation. Yeah, but owners own the team, and I think that's why you have general managers. You have general managers to try to manage the team and make those decisions, right? And some owners, especially in the NBA, I think try to have the best in place. The Mavericks obviously had an issue with Nico because of the decision he made to send Luka to your Lakers, Ed. But owners, I think ownership tries to, because who owns anything and doesn't have any say in it at all?
Well said.
I mean, think about what you guys own personally. You're going to let somebody just control that at all? No, I know I'm not.
Well said.
That's going to obviously be the case in the NBA with all the money and investing and everything that takes place.
Well said, my brother. We're going to go to break. Yeah. We're going to go to break based off of that, okay? You're listening to Unfiltered with Kenny Thomas on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. You're listening to Unfiltered with Kenny Thomas on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. I got Kaylina in here producing with me. Yeah, hey, I got something else for you guys. He snuck up in here. He can't get away. Jonah's in there in the box producing with Kaylina. Probably showing her some things because we tweaked some stuff when it came to the matching up of all that. Just thought I'd give Jonah a shout out. I got Ed Nunez from the Pit Press in here with me as well. I got my guy Eric Strauss as well. And I got my boy Clayton Shields. His segment is called It's Bro Time with Clayton Shields, my guy, being able to come in. We're going to jump into the Lobos situation. They're playing Air Force right now. They're sitting at 44 net, 19-6, 10-4 in the Mountain West Conference. You got Air Force entering 3-22. In the net, they're 345. I didn't even think that there was that many teams. Just kidding. It's a great opportunity for the Lobos to be able to come into the pit. Game's at 7 o'clock tonight. You can catch me over on KKOB after the game, probably around 9:30 on Lobos Live with me and Brandon Ortega. Ed, what do you got with the Lobos coming into this game? I'm not saying that the Lobos are actually, it's one of those ones that can slip, right? But you can't take this team lightly, especially with the way the Lobos have been playing at home.
New Mexico's 27.5 point favorites. They shellacked the Air Force in Colorado Springs.
Yes, they did.
Joe Scott, the Falcons coach, was suspended indefinitely, so they've got a new coach. And according to Coach Olin, they're running some different sets, cut some different actions. It shouldn't matter. New Mexico has to take care of it and take care of it big, though, because if it's a close game or a 10-point game, they're on the bubble, man, to get in the NCAA tournament. They've got some tough sledding. They're at Nevada, at Utah State. San Diego State comes in here. I don't think UNM should have a problem tonight. Big win on the road last week against Grand Canyon to stop the loser, losing 2 games at the pit. That was a big win. So they should continue the train tonight. I don't see a problem.
Clayton, what you got, man?
Yeah, it's really a hard way to view it, but I think the Lobos going to have to win the tournament to get a bid. I don't know the strength of schedule and all these factors are going to play into the March Madness and Selection Sunday. At this point, I just don't know if they're quite there without winning the tournament. I'm just not sure.
Well, right now, CBS Sports has the Lobos one of the 4 out of the tournament right now. And based off of these brackets, Ed, can we really go off of these right now? It's one of those things to where it could be a little biased. Obviously, we have the selection committee that's coming up here in a couple of weeks. What do you see happening from that perspective?
I think Clayton makes a good point there. The UNM a couple of years ago lost to Air Force in the pit, and then they had to win the Mountain West tournament, and it was said if they hadn't won the Mountain West tournament, they wouldn't have been in. So I think Clayton makes a good point there. So we'll see.
They are not getting in if they don't win the tournament.
If you're saying right now,
tell me right now, looking at this season right now, if you're on that selection committee, what makes you put UNM in? That Utah State loss was bad on every front, and it's not just that they lost the game; they lost it badly, and that doesn't resonate well when you're trying to get in the field. And y'all disagree with me, but tell me how they get in.
No. You're saying, I just want to confirm, you're saying if they don't win the Mountain West Conference tournament, they're not
correct.
Getting in.
No way. Tell me how they get in if they don't.
Well, Utah State right now, as of today, is ranked 23 in the net, right?
Yeah.
And Utah State just went and beat the crap out of Memphis.
Yeah.
And Penny Hardaway. And Penny Hardaway is telling, hey, because the kid dunked after the game, Penny Hardaway's like, what are you doing? I with the Lobos kind of having their fate in their own hands right now, they go down to Logan for their last game, which is coming up March 7th.
If they win that game.
They got to win tonight. They got to take care of San Diego State. They don't take care of San Diego State, like it's a wrap. They got to win the Mountain West Conference tournament without a doubt to get in. What do you think, Clayton? I totally agree from that perspective.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still there with the tournament, winning the Mountain West tournament. The two losses at home, and they were able to bounce back at Grand Canyon, and believe it or not, that was a big win. Because Grand Canyon, has been playing well at home.
Oh yeah.
But those two losses at home, I think, really, really hurt. And they're gonna have to overcome some really big obstacles in San Diego State and Utah State. Going to completing the conference season. But I don't know. My gut just says that they have to win a tournament to get a bid.
But y'all are look at that Grand Canyon game. What sticks in your mind about that? They blew a 20-point lead, barely won the game. So that doesn't get you in.
Comeback.
Yeah, I'm going to say this. You know what? To me, you're right. They lost 2 in a row, but they won, and they could have lost. And I thought Jake Hall showed some big guts taking that shot as a freshman. We've had some great freshmen, you included, Spider, Phil Smith. We've had some great freshmen here. He's again. You look at him, you think
nothing.
You're coming, Clayton. If you saw that dude on the floor, you'd be like, "I'm gonna lock that dude down," right? I mean, he doesn't look like a lot, right? Yeah. But the guy is crafty. In fact, one of my guys compared him to Larry Bird the other day. He's got the shot fake. He's going to hit. He's going to get to the line. So I think, look, to me, a win is a win, especially on the road. And wins on the road are hard to come by.
Yeah, look, and again, Jake Hall. He doesn't look like he's even in shape to me. I'm not kidding you. It's crazy. Like, I've watched this guy, and I'm like, what is it about this guy? I don't even know how he scores.
Get him, Clayton.
Yeah.
Get him, Clayton.
He doesn't look like he's in shape to me. I'm just saying.
Get him,
I
Clayton.
like him. I like him.
Got some size.
I'm not hating, by the way.
Yeah, he's got some size. I think he's stronger than he looks. I mean, he looks pretty strong, but I think he's a strong kid. And then he has that aggressive nature. So that also helps him, that kind of, unafraid to take big shots, unafraid of big moments.
Yeah.
So all that factors into the production that he has. But, but he's not, he's got the floppy hair. Kind of reminds me of Sunshine from the football movie. Talking about Denzel Washington. But he reminds, when Sunshine came in, he had the hair and all that, but he was a really good player. And Jake Hall kind of brings that to you and them. But
that's funny.
But, you can't deny that the kid can score. And I think, again, physically, he's got a lot more than maybe he's viewed as having.
I totally agree. I just feel like he just needs to get stronger with his lower body.
How tall is he, Kenny?
I don't know. That's a good question.
6'2",
How tall is Jake? Is he 6'2", 6'3"?
He doesn't look 6'2". I'm sorry. He does not look 6'2".
I know he had a blooper this year when he tried to break away that dunk. You remember that?
Yeah. Not his game.
He doesn't look 6'2" to me.
No, I'm guessing. I don't think he's 6'5". I know that.
No, he's
Somebody
not.
Google that. Get me next to a computer, man.
He's not. I'll find it.
Okay.
Well, we're going to take this quick break. We'll be right back. We got 30 more minutes. You're listening to Unfiltered with Kenny Thomas on 95.9 FM and AM 610 The Sports Animal. You're listening to Unfiltered with Kenny Thomas on 95.9 FM and AM 610 The Sports Animal. I got Kaylina producing, and I got Ed Nunez in here from the Pit Press, and I got my guy Eric Strauss in here as well. I'm going to bring back in Clayton Shields real quick, because this is this segment. It's called Bro Time with Clayton Shields. Bro, it's been an honor to have you on. I got a couple text messages here. Let me see. I said it before. Lobos need to win out and make the Mountain West Conference game. Win or lose, they are in. That's my boy Ron. What do you guys agree? You guys think?
No way.
No way, right?
No way.
Like, I think we just said that.
No way. Where's Ron? Ron's smoking it, dude.
Here's another one. That's my guy, Ron. He's the one that made me my hat. Off topic, did Ed ever officiate with Kip Luna or work with him at the NMMA after Kip's car accident? Is that the man that died up north last year?
He passed away a couple years ago. He was the assigner for the New Mexico Basketball Officials Association. And I did work with him before he was paralyzed in a tragic accident, man. Poor guy, and he passed away probably about 6 years ago. Good guy.
I can't believe you never threw anybody out.
22 years, never did.
How on earth, dude? I bounced people when I was just reffing intramurals. I'm like, put a T. You're out.
You know what?
Like, I don't put up with any.
There's about 2 or 3 of them that I should have, and I didn't.
Yeah. I teach those court-ordered classes. The minute you smart off, I'll kick your ass out of my class. Like, you're paying. Like, no, I don't put up with. Well, I taught teenagers for 29 years, so my level of take bleep is very small.
No, I understand.
No, my bad. Before we let Clayton go, this is a good one. I think this is pretty cool. KT Unfiltered today reminds me of LeBron James's Barbershop podcast. We got Premier Sports Knowledge in the house this afternoon. Great show. Thank you, Peggy Sue, for your continual production efforts. Go Lobos, John Romero.
Oh, that's my man.
Peggy?
That's my man.
Here
John
she
Romero.
comes.
Yeah.
Real quick, Peggy.
Look what you've done.
I like it.
Peggy
It's catchy.
Old Peggy Sue.
I have a theme song and everything. The Peggy Sue life, I didn't choose her. She chose me.
Clayton, my guy, I appreciate you, bro, for coming on for his bro time with Clayton Shields. Tell us your podcast. You got anything you want to share with the audience before we go? Before I let you go?
Yep, we're just going to be kicking off here sometime in March. It's called The Dunk Perspective. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to just be kicking it, chatting about sports, life, everything in between. It's going to be good. So we expect to have some pretty good guests on. So
Clayton, you better have me on at some point.
You know.
I want to be on your podcast.
You got it, Derek.
Hey, don't forget about the little guys. Don't forget about the little guys.
You got anything else for him, Ed?
Hey, Clayton, let's get you back on the pit press soon.
Man, just let me know when and where, and I'll get on. No problem at all.
You media specialist, you. Look at you, man.
Yeah.
As always, bro.
Yeah.
I appreciate you. It's an honor. I know you're a police officer out there. You're not on the streets like that. But at the same time, stay safe. Stay safe. You're wearing that badge.
Yeah, be
love
safe,
you.
Clayton.
I appreciate you, my guy. I will talk to you soon. You have a good one.
We'll see you next time. Y'all take it easy.
Take care.
All right, guys.
Peace.
All right.
I appreciate my guy, man. It's Ed. We're going to think about it when I have him on. It probably won't be the 4 of us. The way that it was planned out, I'm sorry, you guys, it was the 4 of us. But as we get into it, Ed, you haven't had that much time to be on with Clayton, so we'll probably dig a little deep on some things, too, when it comes to Lobo Sports and some other stuff as well. But we got one more segment, you guys. I appreciate all of you, Kaylina. I appreciate you, Ed. I appreciate you, Eric.
Yeah.
You guys so much for coming in and working with me. I really do. We'll be right back for one more segment with Unfiltered with Kenny Thomas on 95.9 FM and AM 610 The Sports Animal. You're listening to Unfiltered with Kenny Thomas on 95.9 FM and AM 610 The Sports Animal. I got Kaylina in here producing with me right now, and I got Ed Nunez from the Pit Press and Eric Strauss, who you can catch in the next 15 minutes at 6 over on KKOB. You only be on for what, 30 minutes?
Half an hour.
Half an hour?
Yeah.
Yeah, Lobo
I'm flying
game.
apart, dude.
Yeah, Lobo game is coming on, man.
I'm going to be as incendiary and as compelling as I can be in half an hour.
Unbelievable.
It's going to be ridiculous.
So, with that said, I might as well bring this up. You got George Pickens again. You got the Dallas Cowboys, right? Like, they're looking at not possibly putting a franchise tag on him or putting the franchise tag and trading him.
You can have him.
See, now, this is where I thought you would love this, Ed, because obviously you're a Cowboys fan, and our guy Eric is a Pittsburgh fan.
They always take our retread receivers.
You might as well take Pickens back to Pittsburgh, bro. Sign and trade.
I would love to have Pickens back.
What?
Yeah.
You just said you did. What?
Yes.
You haven't been saying that this whole time. You're saying keep him over.
A happy Pickens. If we could get Pickens back at a value, I'd take him back, but he won't play for Pittsburgh again. We can't afford him.
He doesn't want 28. 28's not enough. Obviously, he wants CeeDee Lamb money, right?
Yeah. He wants in the
Just saying.
60s.
No,
I had to throw that out there, Ed.
I think. Look, I thought Pickens had a phenomenal season. He made some.
Except at the end.
And he's still, that one game against Detroit, I was, like, what are you doing? He's not even, sometimes look like he's not even trying. He's a phenomenal receiver. He makes the tough catches, goes after the ball. But there is that stigma still. If he doesn't get his money, what's he going to act like? I get all that. So Dallas has to make a decision. You don't want to let him walk for free. It's a tough decision. You got a lot of money tied up in CeeDee Lamb, Dak Prescott, They let Micah Parsons go because they said we're not paying him that. So I don't know if Jerry Jones
does he have the money to pay him? Let's just put it like that. Under the salary cap.
You know what?
That's the question.
I don't. He does, but then you got to let go of that guy, that guy, and he doesn't want to get into that.
Yep.
Look, let's face it, Dallas, and I'm a Dallas fan. I'll tell you the truth, though. Well, the common denominator in 30 years of an NFC championship list and Super Bowl, one common denominator. Players and coaches have come and gone. Who's the common denominator? We know who it is.
Jerry Jones.
There you go.
So let me ask you this. Yeah, and this is an honest observation. If Pittsburgh doesn't trade away Pickens and we get Metcalf, I'm telling you, we make a deeper run than we made. We needed that one more puzzle piece, and we never got it.
He was unhappy, though. And there was times there that, I remember some of the plays he gave up on there. And he took a swing at Cowboys safety last year and got. Yep. And so, look, he's a phenomenal player. But there's times you're wondering, okay, what are you thinking? He's got the ability. Nobody's questioning that. They're questioning the motive sometimes, like they did with Randy Moss. Randy Moss was phenomenal. Randy Moss said one time, I play when I want to play. And when he wanted to play, the guy was one of the greatest in NFL history. Yeah.
So
There's no doubt.
So here's another little caveat, you guys. How does Kenneth Walker III in talks of like
you got to sign that cat.
You're not signing him back because they're interested in younger free agents. Obviously, you have to pay him more because he's a vet, right?
I love Walker.
But how do you not bring him back? How do you not do it?
Here was the frustrating part about Walker. If Charbonnet would have gotten injured sooner, he would have had MVP numbers.
Probably.
The more you give Walker the ball, the better he gets. I said this before the Super Bowl. Did I not, Kenny?
Yeah.
And what happened in the Super Bowl? You feed Walker. He gets better as the game goes on. He wears people down. I love that kid.
What they're saying is, hey, you know what? We can get another dude to do what he does. Our offense. That's what they're saying. Then they're saying our defense is, pretty dang stout. We can ride them a couple more years. We're not paying that dude high-end money. That's what they're saying.
Now, how do you get to the point, like think
pay
about
him.
it. It's like, how do you not pay him if you're trying to get back to where you just were?
Decisions have to be
Charbonnet.
made.
They like Charbonnet.
Right.
That's why?
Under the salary cap you just mentioned. Then that guy's going to want something. There's other free agents they need to sign. They're not prioritizing Walker. I kind of agree with you. He had, 135 yards at the Super Bowl, the game's MVP. But those are decisions teams make when the salary cap comes around because they know they're going to have to pay him a bag, right? Yeah. They're saying, we don't have that bag. See you later. That's what they're saying. And maybe a deal still gets worked out. Maybe Walker says, I want to come back and I want to win. Maybe he'll take less. We'll see.
Now, get this, you guys. We're going to talk about the Lobos right now. Obviously, they're a bubble team. When first quarters, the Lobos are 1-4. Second quarters, the Lobos are 6-1. It's a different type of game right now. It's very interesting to see how this is going to unfold. But keep in mind, after this Air Force game, you got San Diego State, you got Utah State, and I left out at Nevada.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
They still got at Nevada and Fresno State, and you still got Colorado State. Just
odds are slim to none, Kenny.
You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to be that dude, but I'm just saying everybody's seeing the fact that based off of the schedule and how things are going, they're going to have to win out. They maybe can win one more game.
Tournament. They have to win the
tournament.
You
know what's up?
There's so many games they can lose.
They can maybe lose one more. Maybe. And it depends on who. Because if it's San Diego State, it wouldn't necessarily hurt them that bad opposed to moving them up, correct? Because San Diego State is ranked higher.
Yeah.
But that'd be 2 losses, and that's a quad win possibility. And if they lost to them at home here, people are going to say, well, you lost to them twice. Look, they're going to look for any reason to dog New Mexico anyway. Yeah, here's the thing. Win out and you get in. Win out, win the tournament. Take control of what you can control. You can't control Ken Palm, bracketology. Can't control none of that. Control what you can control.
Let me ask you both this question. Do they have a better chance of winning out or a better chance of winning the tournament? Ooh.
Yeah.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I think
you see what I'm saying?
when you get it, it depends on where they're seated and who they play in the tournament, right? And who they're going to face in that second round, right? It's not necessarily the first round, right, Ed?
Nope.
It's the second round, who they're going to face.
Yep.
And if they can get over that hurdle in the tournament, that's a different beast. But you got to get past Utah State in Logan.
Yep.
You got to get past Nevada and Nevada. Nevada lost here.
Yep.
It's gonna be.
See, my opinion, they have a way better chance of winning the tournament than they do winning out the regular season. Too many variables in the regular season.
Or as a coin, flip it, because you make a point about the first round game. Get to the second round game, are they going to turn Thomas and Mack into Pitt West? Pitt West is taking over that place more than once.
Now,
that helps.
Yep.
But
you're right.
Yeah, we'll have to see. But here's the thing. Let's just get to this. Did anybody expect Eric Olin to be on the cusp of 20 wins after getting a new roster, new manager, a whole new thing?
No.
Let's stop and give him some flowers, man.
See, and the thing about it is, I'm not. But it's just one of those things to where, based off of the schedule and how things look right now, they got to come out and play like they played before those two losses to even have a chance to be able to get to where they need to be.
And is it too late for them to start going inside? Is that ship sailed?
That's not going to happen.
The ship is sailed.
That's going to go off the inside play is going to go off the flow of the base of the game. They are identified as a perimeter shooting team. So
that ship is sailed.
It depends on how the game is going.
Okay.
It's not like, hey, we're going to pound the ball inside. This is what's going to happen. That's not the case. They play based off of like perimeter play, running, and playing the right way. The fact that Chol just had 12 points mid-range, come on, man.
3-pointers.
Yeah, he was 5 for 5 in the first half, and then he was up. But
Joe shooting 3-pointers is not going to help.
But they were twos. He was mid-range game. Okay. That's how he got to 12 points. I don't think he hit a 3 that game last game. But,
I thought he hit 2.
He did.
I thought he hit 2.
Yeah, he did. I think he did.
I thought he hit 2.
No, that's Grand Canyon. But I could be wrong. See, maybe I'm going back to Grand Canyon right here because he did it. Yeah, Kaylina, I appreciate you take the call. You call at the last minute, bro. I don't know who's on, but I got like a minute and a half. I'm sorry. You got to try and call sooner. I appreciate you. Kaylina, what you got before we get up out of here? Okay,
this was a great
you,
discussion. I felt like I learned a lot.
That's my girl. Eric, what's up, bud? What you got?
I go Lobos tonight. They've got to blow Air Force out by 20 is my final thought. It needs to be a 20-point game.
What you got, Ed?
He's right. Got to be by 20. Can't be any question about it. Nope. Take care of business. Take care of your own business.
They're favored by 27. Got to handle business. You can catch Eric Strauss over on KKOB. Thank you, Ed, for coming in. Thank you, Kayleen. I appreciate you. And thank you again, Eric Strauss. You can catch me after the game around 9:30 on KKOB. I will be over there post-game. Lobos Live with Brandon Ortega. Thank you guys for tuning in. You guys have a great week. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Thanks for listening to Unfiltered with Kenny Thomas on 95.9 FM and AM 610, The Sports Animal.